Hello, good evening. Welcome everyone to another goal mapping masterclass. And tonight we're going to focus on authentic well-being, having great energy and vibrancy. Please do write in the chat so hi. It's really great to see so many people joining. Just going to bring up the PowerPoint presentation. And let me say that it's a great pleasure to be able to present this information for you this evening. I've been making goal mapping presentations for almost 30 years now. And if you don't already know me, I'm Brian Main. I'm the creator of goal mapping. And the message over the last 30 years has been very consistent. Your thoughts shape and make your reality. And tonight we're focusing on how you shape your reality, how you create and influence your life around health and well-being. If you are struggling or have struggled in the past to lose weight, then you're in the right place tonight. This workshop is absolutely for you. If you're feeling low on energy and well-being, and then tonight we have some ideas and answers that we believe can help you. And me and my partner Vicky running the program together tonight. If you're struggling with depression or anxiety, if your mental well-being is difficult, then again, you're in the right place tonight. Please do write in the chat, tell us the type of goals that you are looking to achieve for yourself with your health and well-being. If you're looking to increase your fitness for health reasons, then again, you're in the right place tonight. And in particular, if you've ever tried setting a health and well-being goal in the past and you haven't succeeded, then you are absolutely in the right place. Tonight is for you, and we will be explaining how to create your greatest levels of health and well-being. Just looking in the chat here, we've got people joining from Norway, Denmark, Cornwall, Germany, Lincoln, England, Oxfordshire. A lot of people coming in from England. People joining from Slim Pod. Got some people joining from New Zealand, Birmingham, Essex. People writing about their goals. Spain joining as well, Scotland. What type of goal are you looking to achieve with your health and well-being? Is it any of these here on the screen? Are there some that I've missed for you? What type of goals are you looking to achieve? Because the more we understand your weight loss or health goals or fitness goals, the more we can focus in and help you. Maybe you've been setting goals for some time, but not always achieving them. It's a very common thing, of course, for many people. And let us know in the chat. People saying weight and health, recommended to join from Slim Pod, planning to walk the Camino, lovely, along the path there, great pilgrimage to take. People joining from Canada, nice to see you. Kelly, improve fitness and improve sleep and decrease anxiety. Nice to hear that, Andrea. More energy I'm seeing from someone, fitness and weight. For me, vibrant well-being is about total well-being. It's the well-being that comes not only from the body, but also mind, heart, and body. And when we have these three together, it's given us a sense of a holistic health. And whatever challenges you may have faced in the past or may be facing now, whatever it is you're finding difficult with your health and well-being goals, it is actually the most important form of success to learn how we can create great well-being for ourselves. Because if you think about it, without your health and well-being, then you really have very little. For myself, I've also had this experience, been very fit and healthy through most of my life, but then got very ill in 2018, 2019, And it was creating goals around my health and well-being that have helped me now to feel the best I have in so many years, and to get not only my weight back to my normal ideal body weight and clothes size, but also increasing energy levels. And it makes a difference in every area of our life. It gives us more energy to work within our career, to feel happier, to have more energy to be with our family. It helps us, of course, to increase our economy if we're doing better within our work, or if you play sport, maybe you're looking for a greater level of fitness, or simply to enjoy more your leisure time by having that extra energy for going out and being more sociable with people. Why is it then that many people don't achieve their health and well-being goals? Well, you may have followed a goal-setting formula. Most people, of course, never write their goals down. They just say, I've got it in my head. I know what I want. I used to make that mistake years ago. He's going, yeah, I know what I want. It's not enough to know what you want, because you also know what you don't want, and the two cancel each other out. Of course, nobody means that, but every time you think about the negative, it can cancel out the positive. And this is one of the things that we're going to explain as we go through the presentation tonight. I'm going to be showing something tonight that I haven't shown in presentations like this before, that really explains why it is that many people struggle to change their behavior. Whether that's eating behavior or it's other forms of behavior that affect their life and their well-being. I'm going to make that very clear later on in the presentation this evening. I'm going to show you the secrets of success for how to maximize your opportunity and give yourself the very best chance of achieving your health and well-being goals. Just looking through some of the chats here, people saying hello. Nice to see you, Julia Scan, a person that's really on it with her goals and fitness and weight loss. Also see here from Edmund in Ireland. And I'm going to be mentioning you in just a little while, Edmund, because I'm going to show one of the testimonials that you sent. Many people try setting their goals using SMART goals. So they write their goal down, they even follow a formula. SMART means specific, measurable, achievable, time-bound, etc. The challenge is when you're writing SMART goals is that often people are only using words, and that means they're only using half of their brain. And quite simply, it doesn't work. Other people try using a dream board or a vision board. They've been popular now for about the last 20 years. But again, when you're using a dream board and vision board, you may have a lot of nice pictures, give you nice feelings, but again, it only uses half of your brain. This time, your right brain. Goal mapping has reached more than 5 million people around the world without any fancy marketing, without any sales campaign, just through word of mouth recommendation. 5 million people because it works. And the reason why goal mapping works, it activates both sides of your brain. It is whole brain activation that helps you to engage in self-manifestation, that you turn your thoughts about yourself into realities. Now, it is a very specific science, and this is what we're going to be explaining tonight. Here's a health and well-being goal map. And by creating the goal map in both words for the left brain, logical mind, and pictures for the right brain and creative mind, we're able to achieve whole brain activation. And in the goal map, you've got both what you want to achieve and why and when and how and who. And we're going to explain this in more detail as we go through the presentation this evening. As so many people achieving so many goals with goal mapping, this testimony here from Cephas saying how goal mapping helped him to reverse his diabetes. This goal map from my own partner, Vic, Okay, just realised that the microphone was muted. Not sure how long it's been on mute.
Only just, Brian. We just lost like the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know why that may have happened. Testimony here from Cephas saying how goal mapping helped him to reverse his type 2 diabetes. And here, one from Vicky, my love, uh, and her goal, which helped her to lose 15 kilos. Last year, my goal map also helped me to lose 15 kilos. And Vicky's saying, when I left my corporate job, I was feeling absolutely burnt out mentally, emotionally, physically. I put on a lot of weight. I used goal mapping to lose those excess kilos. And the transformation in her is absolutely amazing. And not only in the way that she looks, being 15 kilos lighter, but the level of energy, etc. Here, another testimony, this one from Edmund, who I just mentioned, from Ireland, and how he's used goal mapping to reduce his cholesterol levels. My cholesterol was dangerously high, so I decided to create a goal map to help. 1 year later, my doctor is delighted, and the cholesterol has gone down from 5.8 to 4.5. And now another testimony from Richard Gilbert, saying how he lost or was able to let go of 10 kilos with his goal map. And now life is very much a path. It's different for all of us. My path has been a little bit unusual. I'm going to sit down to share my story quickly. I was born into traveling funfair family, and on both sides of my family, I'm related to a circus people. This is my great aunt here and my great uncle who were performers in the circus. This is my great grandmother with her traveling show, and my great grandmother on the other side of the family with her show. And all of my family are still traveling, they're still operating funfair equipment from place to place. This is my cousins and brother-in-law. And this picture is particularly meaningful for me because it was taken the year I was born. This is my father's funfair. And this picture from 1961. And I grew up in this traveling life. And eventually my family settled on the Isle of Wight, where I still live today. My father opened up all of his amusements for the tourist industry. I was very encouraged to help run the family business. In fact, I dropped out of education at just 13, which was quite usual for the funfair children of my age. I never gained any qualifications. I never even learnt to read and write properly. But I was an early entrepreneur. My 13th birthday present was this rocket-shaped bubblegum machine, and then a pinball, and then Space Invaders was my big investment at around about 15 years old. And then at 18, I become an early licensee. I opened up a disco in 1981, beginning of the new romantics wave. I was a DJ also for 10 years. So this is me in my Adam Ant outfit, face paint and frilly shirt. And here my DJ box. And the nightclub that I run was very successful in lots of music magazines. We had lots of pop stars and celebrities coming to the place. It was very successful, had a lot of fun, made a lot of money, did that for 13 years. But then in the recession of the late 1980s, and with the change in the pattern of holidays for English people taking their holidays in the Mediterranean, everything come crashing down, and the nightclub closed. The family business went out of business, and I went from being worth a lot of money to owing a lot of money. At age 29, I was £1 million in debt. I was homeless because my home had been repossessed. I was alone because my marriage broke down under the pressure. I had no qualifications because of leaving school at 13. I had no formal work experience because I'd only ever worked for myself or my father, and I couldn't read or write properly. Now, I'll be really honest, life was dark and I was scared. I really didn't know what I would do, where I would go, what the future of my life would be. But the turning point for me was I met a great pioneering life coach here in the UK, a man called Mike Rosewarne, who started to teach me about the power of positive thinking and how with your thoughts you can start to influence the circumstances of your life. I learned the simple science that if you think that you can, it helps you to move forward and find a way. But if you think that you can't, well, then you find just more problems and obstacles. And it was transformational for me. Within a short time, I taught myself to read and write. It took about 1 year, and I used that new ability of reading and writing to educate myself, in particular, about the science of personal development. And everything I learned, I started using in my own life, and my life took off. And as my life took off, lots of people around me wanted to know what it was that I was doing that was making the big difference for me. And I started to run simple presentations to teach it to other people. What I learned reading hundreds of personal development books and immersing myself into the world of self-improvement is that life is not an accident. Success is not an accident. The way that you are, the way that I am, it doesn't happen by accident. It's on purpose. And setting goals is absolutely a science. There is a right way and a wrong way. If you don't set the goal in the right way, you don't unlock your own potential, your own power to create your life the way you would want it to be. There are a series of very specific things you need to do and get them all in alignment in order to unlock your treasure chest of riches. If you've got a one aspect out of alignment, your chances of achievement are reduced. If you don't understand how to set goals in the right way, you simply won't achieve them. Only when you get all of the principles in alignment, and they're simple principles, but if you haven't been taught it, and you certainly won't discover it at school, if you don't know it, you won't achieve it. And part of the reason why myself and my partner Vicky decided to start running these monthly masterclasses is because we saw so many people making the same simple mistakes when it came to their goal setting. And more people were asking, why are you not teaching this in schools? Why are we not being taught this as standard? You won't receive this type of training in schools. This is the type of knowledge that in the past was considered esoteric. It was taught to only a very small elite percentage of the population. Gradually now, more and more people are becoming aware, but it's still such a small percentage of people that understand how to set their goals in a way that helps them to achieve it. Even top life coaches and trainers don't often understand the science of goal achievement. Goal mapping came as a flash of insight while I was driving my car through the middle of London late at night in 1994. And I immediately started using it for myself and then very quickly afterwards teaching it to others. This is one of my very early goal maps. And a goal map is always created using this special combination of words and pictures. And you can see here in my goal map, I'm setting the goal to share goal mapping with the world, to work in different countries, and to write my own book about goal mapping. This has been the reality for me, and it started to become true very quickly. And I've lived this life now for almost 30 years, going around the world, making presentations, more and more these days working online because I can simply help more people in that way. I've shared the stage with the world's top speakers, and the goal mapping book has been translated into many different languages. It's in its second edition within the English language. And on top of goal mapping, there are the other mapping techniques, such as life mapping, self-mapping, that I've also created. A lot of good publicity over the years, this one from CNN, about using goal mapping to advance your career. And my big goal is to help 7 million people around the world. So far, goal mapping has reached about 5.5 million people and 1 million school children within that. And the thing that is really helping is there is a growing army of certified coaches and therapists and dietitians that are all using goal mapping to help their clients achieve their goals. And whether that's achieving their goals within business, within education, such as Emily is here, or within sport. And tonight, of course, our focus is well-being. If you're new to these masterclasses, we run them every month, and we follow a sequence of helping people to map out their life, starting with a goal map for your best life, and then mapping out your happiness, self-esteem, well-being, financial freedom, harmonious relationships, and living with a sense of purpose. Tonight, our focus is going to be on creating a goal map for vibrant well-being. Well-being, we can break the word apart, simply means being well, that we're going to increase our level of wellness. And if we take just the first aspect of the word being, being is always a combination of thinking and feeling and doing or acting. And true well-being is going to encompass these three aspects. We can't have true well-being if it's only of the body, because the mind and the emotions are influencing our body. If we are not well in our mind, it's only a little while before that affects our body. Or if we're not feeling good within our emotions, again, it's only a short time before that affects us physically. So we need to bring all three aspects together: thinking, feeling, and acting, to create true holistic well-being. And this is the power of goal mapping, because in creating a goal map, you're actually engaging all three aspects, which is what we're going to start to look at as we move through the presentation. And it's through these three aspects of mind, emotion, and body, or thought, feeling, and action, that we make and shape our world. As we go through the presentation this evening, please do write your questions in the chat. I'll refer to the chat every so often to see if there are questions I can answer. And also here on the call tonight, I know we have a number of certified goal mapping coaches. Please do help out, jump in, answer any of the questions you can, those people that are certified in goal mapping, because it really helps me and Vicky to make sure that everybody gets as much attention as we can possibly give in order to help them achieve their goals. So the starting place for us in terms of understanding how we achieve our goals is to understand that all of us have a great many brain cells. And the estimate is you have 100 billion brain cells. And each one of your 100 billion brain cells or neurons grows these arms and branches, which are called dendrites. And they're all separated by a small gap known as the synaptic gap. Now, here is the key point. When you choose a positive thought about yourself, about your life, and in particular for tonight, about your well-being, that positive thought starts in the middle of the brain cell. It travels out along the dendrite arms and it stimulates a neuroreceptor at the end of the arm to release a chemical into your brain and body called serotonin. Serotonin's the chemical that creates the feeling of happiness. It's the feel-good chemical. And think about something positive, and within a few moments you release serotonin, you start to feel happy. It's the same chemical that's released into your brain and body if you take an antidepressant such as Prozac. When you train your brain to think positively about yourself and life, you naturally release serotonin. And as well as giving you a good feeling, it also acts as a neuroconductor. It joins the brain cells together. It allows your thought to continue on its journey, and you build up this positive pattern of thought that helps you to form the brain cell connections and triggers that aha moment. Not only do you have a new idea or a thought about what you can do to achieve your goal, but the serotonin gives you the feel good that you feel inspired and motivated to take action, to take a step towards achieving your goal. Now, I expect everybody here watching tonight has had one of those moments where you suddenly have a new idea. Oh, yeah, I can do this. And you feel really inspired in the moment. We're getting closer and closer, of course, to Christmas and New Year, when people start thinking about New Year's resolutions. There's a whole lot of people on New Year's Eve go, oh, yeah, I could do this. And they feel good in the moment when they have the idea. And the challenge is, quite quickly after the brain cells joining, they break back apart again. And we lose the motivation. We lose the inspiration. And this is why it's so important to understand the simple science of positive thinking and goal setting. Because quite simply, when you learn how to set goals in the correct way, you also help yourself to maintain the brain cell connection. And brain cells that repeatedly fire together, well, gradually they wire together. Every time you remind yourself of your goal, every time you tell yourself you're going to achieve your goal, every time you think about your goal and you picture it in your mind, you re-establish the brain cell connection. And as you re-establish the brain cell connection, the connection grows from a thought to an opinion. Well, here's the thought, I want to be 88 kg. And at first it's maybe I can do it, maybe I can't do it. But the more often you picture your goal, and this is why it's so important to follow through, create your goal map. Here's my health and well-being goal map. This is the one that I've achieved a little while ago. I've got a new one now that I'm working on. Every time you look at your map, you say the goals, it strengthens that brain cell connection. And as the connection grows stronger, it moves from an opinion to a belief to a knowingness, a feeling of certainty about achieving your goal. And setting the goal with your mind triggers the release of serotonin that enhances your self-esteem. And the more positive in your mind, the higher your self-esteem rises. The higher your self-confidence rises. That in turn nourishes you at a cellular level, right down to your body. And this is why more and more doctors are recommending exercise and humor and positive information to help people physically, because your serotonin release boosts your immune system. And the more positive you are in mind, the more healthy you will be in body. But when you become negative in mind, the opposite is happening. You start to spiral down in your physical well-being. If you think you can, well, you probably can. But if you think you can't, well, then you probably won't. Because when you think negatively about yourself, about your life, about your well-being, the negative thought triggers the release of a different chemical, cortisol. And cortisol is creating a different feeling. It's creating the feeling of fear and anxiety. And this is our ancient response, part of our fight or flight fear response. That when we become a negative, if we are worried about things in our life, our brain starts to close down, because the release of cortisol into our brain and our body shuts our brain and body down. Cortisol is a neuroinhibitor. So the more negative you become in your mind, the bigger the problems look in your life, and the cortisol release stresses your body. And this is why doctors now understand how becoming depressed in mind leads to physical disease. Because we are not happy in mind and heart, we start to become sick in our body. We pick up colds and flus and more serious illness. Why does this happen? Well, because we have a very ancient survival system known as fight or flight. And in ancient times, when the danger we faced was a wild animal that wanted to eat us for lunch, this system worked really well. If you were walking through the forest thousands of years ago and a big hungry bear jumped out in front of you, in a split second, you were going to fear response, and the cortisol release would close your brain down. It would shut your digestion down. It would close down your lymph system, which cleans your body, your immune system, which keeps you healthy. And all the energy that those systems normally use would be sent to your muscles with adrenaline and endorphin, so you can fight or flight and survive the danger. And it works really, really well. The challenge is most people are not facing that type of danger anymore. Most people are not needing to run away from a hungry bear or saber-toothed tiger that wants to eat them for lunch. Instead, most people are running away from life's modern problems. They are stressed by the rising cost of living. They're stressed by modern situations like a crisis in their family, or simply that they're worried about their income and their work for the future. Often it is the false expectations in our mind, picturing problems that we think are coming, that triggers the cortisol release, that sends us into a downward spiral where we feel more and more negative. And as the brain closes down, Instead of finding answers to problems, we simply find more of the problem. It grows bigger and bigger and bigger in our mind. The answer to life's modern problems is staying positive. By staying positive, we activate more of our brain, we make more brain cell connections, and this in turn helps us to have more ideas and more motivation about how we move forward with a good vision of our future with our right brain, and being able to make a plan with our left brain. It makes us truly effective by using our whole brain. And this is the great gift that goal mapping gives. And it's an ancient system of success, as we're exploring a moment, that's brought alive and explained by modern scientific understanding. The more we activate both our logical left brain as well as our creative right brain, the more effective we are. Our left brain likes to think with words. Our right brain likes to think with pictures. And quite simply, we need to use both to be at our best. It's this combination of words and that helps us to activate not only both sides of our brain, but both of the main levels of our mind. We're able to engage both conscious mind as well as subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind works like our own personal magical genie. Our subconscious mind is enormously powerful. It can do the most amazing things, which the scientists still don't fully understand, how your subconscious mind can help you in all the different ways that it does. It's amazing, it's magical. But there is one limitation of your subconscious mind. It cannot make choices. The genie cannot wish for you. You must command the genie. And with your conscious mind, you are master of the magic lamp. By thinking about what you want and setting a target with your conscious mind, you're able to command your subconscious to move you towards the goal that you intend for yourself. The challenge is that sometimes instead of thinking about what we want, we're thinking about what we don't want. Instead of having a positive picture of our future, we have a negative picture. And your subconscious mind, your subconscious genie cannot make choices. It cannot make value judgments about what you want and what you don't want. It's almost mechanical. If you're thinking about what you don't want, your subconscious gives you more of this. This is why all top athletes around the world have a mindset coach, someone that's going to help them stay positive in their mind. Because even the world's top athletes, the gold medal holders, if they start to think about messing up, if they start to think about missing the shot, if they start to think about what they don't want, guess what? Their subconscious gives them more of it. And this is what's happening for so many people in modern life. Whether that issue for them is debt and they're thinking about more debt, and so they're going to self-sabotage and create more of that, or it's any other aspect in their life. Goal mapping helps people to hold a positive picture so that they stay on track. Some years ago in one of my big goal mapping workshops was a man who was explaining to me that he was a motorcycle riding instructor. And he was explaining that the big danger for people on a motorbike or a push bike are all of the many holes that we have in the roads. And what they're doing now is they are retraining cyclists, motorcycle riders and bicycle riders to be aware of the hole, but not stare at the hole. If you stare at the hole, you will automatically go to the hole because your subconscious mind moves you towards whatever you focus on most. As we move along our path in life, there will be many holes. Whether that's a hole in our career path, whether it's a hole in our family life, or whether it's a hole in our own behavior for our well-being. But we need to be aware of the negative, but not stare at the negative. If you stare at the negative, you will go towards it. A couple of years ago, my oldest daughter became ski instructor. And in skiing, they will teach you if you stare at the tree, you'll ski to the tree. When they're training race car drivers, they teach them if you stare at the crash barrier, you will just go to the crash barrier. Whatever we focus on most becomes the command for our subconscious, and our subconscious moves us towards it. So we need to be aware of the negative, the challenges, but we don't want to make them dominant. We don't want to stare at them. How do we maintain the difficult balance of being aware of the negative, but stay positive and focused on the positive and move towards that? Well, use goal mapping. Goal mapping helps you to create a picture of what you want. And by looking at it once a day, and I've just taken my map here out of the folder, I've created this using the online system, just like the one you see on the screen, but I always recommend printing out your goal map so you can sign it and then put it somewhere where you can see it and say it every day. And of course, you can have it online as a screensaver like I have here with my mobile phone, but you don't always want to be online all of the time, and especially not early in the morning, which is one of the very best times to look at your map. Just a few moments of looking at your map each day, make it part of your routine, helps you to create a dominant picture in your mind about what it is that you want to achieve. Now, through forming the brain cell connections, you create pictures that command your subconscious. Even if you think, well, I don't visualize, Brian, and I don't form pictures in your mind, let me assure you they are there. I know not everyone sees the pictures clearly in their mind, but they are always there because it's part of our internal thought process. And our subconscious reads these pictures every moment of every day to help keep you the same. It's how all of your habit patterns are formed. Just consider it for a moment, please. When you woke this morning, you didn't need to invest a lot of time thinking about, well, who am I? And how do I do all the different things in my life? You wake up, and even if you've not had a fantastic night's sleep, you wake up, and within a few moments, you can get on with your day. And regardless of what happens in your day, in a split second, you can decide I'm going this way, or on autopilot, you can respond to the things that happens to you. And the reason you can do that is because over a period of years, you form internal pictures, paradigm pictures that help you to be on autopilot as you move through your day, that help you to follow your path. And this is how all of your habit patterns operate. Whether you have a picture in your mind for being overweight or your eating patterns, or being the weight that you choose to be and your eating patterns. Whatever picture is dominant, Your subconscious doesn't judge it, doesn't evaluate it. It simply follows the picture as the blueprint of you and the way that you need to be. And this is true for all habit patterns, which is why so many different types of therapists have adopted goal mapping as their chosen technique to help them help their clients to achieve their goals. I've worked with many different weight loss and slimming organizations over more than 20 years that have used goal mapping to help their clients achieve their natural weight and body shape because it works. And the reason it works is helping people create that picture of the way that they want to be. If you've got a picture of yourself being overweight, then when you try and diet, you're fighting against your own internal picture because your subconscious genie is reading the picture and saying, hold on, you're meant to be this shape and you're meant to have this type of behavior. Even if you're able to push against the internal picture and you manage to let go of some kilos, if you still have the internal picture of you being over your weight, then your subconscious will cause you to yo-yo like a pendulum in your diet and put all the weight back on again. And just write in the chat if you've had that experience, that you've lost weight, but for no apparent reason, it seems to you, you start to put it all back on again. And it's because the internal picture of you is not one of you being the way you want to be. And setting goals, just using words or just having the intention in your head is simply not enough. It requires the combination of words plus pictures, like we have in a goal map, to help you form that internal selfie, a self-image picture of you being the way you want to be, not just within your body shape and your weight and your clothes size, but also an internal picture of you being happy, of you being high in self-esteem and confidence, of you having vibrant energy and well-being. That internal picture is the blueprint that your subconscious reads in every moment of every day to help you make choices. Choices about what you're going to do, choices about what you're going to eat, choices about your lifestyle. And if you're thinking this is something new that I've made up, go do your own research. It's been missed, sadly, by even some of the world's top coaches. But if you go and look, you'll find that even in the world's most ancient systems, like Hinduism, they have a combination of words, affirmation, and pictures, visualization. It's this combination of words and pictures that you will find again and again in all types of teaching around the world, even with young children. Open up a children's book. They've got A is for apple, words and pictures side by side, because it stimulates left brain and right brain. And just to bring it right up to date, here's a screen grab of my sat nav a little while ago, words and pictures. I've got the pictures on the right brain showing me here's the path to take with the car, Brian. I've got the left brain detail coming up on the other side, giving me all of the specifics in words and numbers about how far to go and what the detail is. This is why goal mapping works. If you're creating a vision board with just pictures, I'm sorry, it's not enough. If you're writing your goals down, even if they're smart, again, I'm sorry, it's not enough. If that's all that was needed, we'd have a lot more people achieving their goals. It requires the combination of the two. This was known in ancient times. It seems to have been missed in modern times. It's why I've been on this mission that I feel so strongly about for the last 30 years, because I feel it's my purpose and my duty to get out there and share this with the world, with as many people as I can. And the online goal mapping platform is making it possible to share with more people than ever before. And so we're going to go through the creation of a goal map in just a few moments. And before we do so, I just want to give you the bigger picture of what we'll be doing. We'll be creating a goal map where you've got a main goal and then side goals. Now, these side goals can be from all different areas of your life, or they can all be focused on just one thing, one area. Here we're focusing on health and well-being and how it influences, improves the different aspects and areas of our life. At the top of the map is the motivating reasons why you want to achieve your health and well-being goals. This is really, really important, because your motivating reasons why is the power behind helping you to follow through and to achieve your health and well-being goals, rather than giving in and feeling like it's not worth the effort. A goal is not a goal unless we have a date. And so we want a target date we're going to aim for. And a goal like increased health and well-being is really an ongoing goal. But we want to have a target date we can aim for, check in, and if we've achieved the goal, we simply reset the goal then for the next date. I achieved my goal of being 88 kg back a year ago, but it's an ongoing goal for me because I want to maintain my ideal weight of 88 kg. I don't want to slip back into being a lot of kilos more. I don't want to have that yo-yo. And so even though I've achieved the goal, I still have a goal map to help me maintain the weight, as well as other aspects of my well-being that I want to improve. One of the aspects that makes goal mapping so powerful is not only do you capture what it is you want to achieve and why you want to achieve it and when, but also a simple 3-step plan of how you're going to do it. What are the major actions you need to take to move along the path towards the achievement of your well-being goals? And then final aspect of the map is who. Whose help do you desire or require in order to follow through with the actions and move along the path towards the achievement of your goals? Now, take a look at the map here, and although the words may be a little bit small on your screen, what you may be able to make out is that they are all written in a very specific way as affirmations. They're written in personal, positive, and present tense. And this is an essential understanding and principle to follow if you want to achieve your goals. You must write them as affirmations. This is a very ancient teaching. Again, it's not something that I've made up. It's something that has been taught for thousands and thousands of years. But I see that even some of the top life coaches in the world don't fully understand. I'm going to show you an example, and this is a real example of how someone creates bad goals, negative goals. And I've taken away the other detail of the map, and I've taken away the person's name, but it's a map that somebody sent in for me to give feedback on. typically this is what I see from people that don't understand the principle of how to write their goals in the form of positive affirmations. So look right in the center there, lose 10 kilos. So it's a double negative. You're focused on what you want to lose. An affirmation has a number of specific keys, like that combination lock that we showed earlier. So one of the first keys with an affirmation is you always say what you want, not what you don't want. So here the main goal, lose 10 kilos, it's focused on the negative. The positive is say the target weight you want to be. So instead of saying you want to lose 10 kilos, think about, okay, so if it's you, Julia, I can see on my screen here, that wants to lose 10 kilos, think about, well, what does that mean for me in terms of my target weight? And make sure you are saying that. So for me, last year, I wanted to lose 15 kilos. I went up over 100 kilos at one point because of eating too much during COVID and the lockdown and all of those things. So I wanted to lose 15 kilos, but I knew that saying I lose 15 kilos would not command my subconscious. And what would command my subconscious was putting the goal into the positive by saying what I wanted. I weigh 88 kg. It's positive, it's personal. Okay? And lose 10 kilos, there's nothing personal there. I weigh 88 kg. Okay? So you're putting it into the positive. I no longer think about sugar. Again, it's focused on the negative. Let's try this right now. Don't think about sugar, don't think about sugar, don't think about sugar, don't think about sugar, don't think about sugar. What you thinking about? I'm pretty sure it's going to be sugar, right? So how it's a game, right? How can you follow the command? Think about something else. You can't hold two contradictory thoughts in your mind at the same time. And if you're thinking about what you want, there isn't the space in your mind to think about what you don't want. So when you're setting goals, you always think about the positive. You say it from you personally, I, and you also, of course, put it into present tense. So instead of what we have here on the screen, let me change to a different view. And I'm going to go into the website live. So I'm in the goal mapping website here. I'm in my personal account. And here's my health and well-being goal map. And I'm going to open it up. I'm going to scroll down so you can see it clearly. Here, right in the center, look, I feel fantastic and free, weighing 88 kg. Right? This is an example of what I'm saying. So personal, feel fantastic and free, positive tense, weighing 88 kg. I'm focused on the target. But you'll notice here, I've put in these extra words because the more emotive, the more emotional your affirmation, the more power it has. A logical mind would just say, I weigh 88 kg. There's not a lot of feeling in it. Okay? Put some feeling words into your statement. I feel fantastic and free, weighing 88 kg. Now look at my side goals, okay? I feel comfortable in my slim fit clothes. I've got a real mania for buying shirts. I've got some really expensive shirts that I've bought, many of them from Scandinavia, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Finland, over many years. Some of them were getting far too tight and I couldn't wear them anymore. And I really wanted to wear, I wanted to feel good, I want to feel comfortable in those clothes. And so I've got suits that I bought 20, 25 years ago, and I can now get back into my old suit. It just feels really good. So I've expressed it here in this goal that I feel comfortable in my favorite clothes. I'm wearing my favorite shirts again. Got one on tonight from Finland as it goes. And then here, I'm empowered throughout my day. And the thing that I notice when I'm at my natural weight and body shape and my well-being is high, I've got so much more energy through the day. And that's reflecting in every way. It's helping me to do more within my work. That's helping me to be more prosperous. It's helping me to have more energy, to engage more with my family, whether that's my children coming to visit, whether it's helping my mother, who's 96, still lives on her own. And then here I've got sleeping soundly. Makes such a difference, having a great night's sleep. And for me, it's such a big part of well-being is to sleep well so that I'm waking feeling fully refreshed the next day. And here, lots of energy. I'm super vibrant in mind, heart, body, and soul because it's all connected. If we're not feeling right mentally, that affects us emotionally and physically. If we're not good physically, that affects us mentally and emotionally. It's when we bring them all together that we're absolutely at our best and we have that complete sense of vibrant well-being. Top of the map here, these are my reasons. This top part of the map, it's the emotional reasons why. So being able to live my life fully, living longer for my family. My children are still quite young. I want to enjoy as many years as I can and to fulfill my purpose here on the planet fully. I'm going to go to the bottom part of the map. This is the how part of the map. So I've got my different actions here that help me move up towards that well-being. And the first one here down on the left. So I juice every morning. I do pull-ups on my bar or push-ups. Or if the sea is not too stormy, and then I'm going for a cold water swim in the morning, as you can see here. And when it's really stormy and I can't go for the swim, and then it's out for a walk, or I'm doing yoga with Vicky, which we've got here. I also like doing mudra breathing exercise. Only takes a few moments, but it's the little things done regularly that add up and make a big difference. And what my goal mapping does is it helps me to follow through and to make sure that I do those little things. Because the things, even when they're little, the things that are easy to do, little things that are easy to do, well, it's also easy not to do. It's easy not to make the right choice. It's easy not to take the exercise. It's easy to stay in bed a little bit longer. The things that are easy to do are also easy not to do. Creating the goal map programs your mind, commands your subconscious to help you to follow through on those things that are easy to do. And gradually that's adding up to a big difference. Who do you need to be in order to take the action and achieve the goal? For me, it's I remember and I act. My goal map helps me to stay conscious. Maybe there are other people in your family, friends, community. Maybe you belong to a sports or exercise club. Maybe you belong to a weight loss organization. So who will help you follow through? Sometimes it's just you, sometimes it's other people. So I've got here being connected with Vicky, and we're putting on the mud packs here for our face, and here giving myself the gift of time to honor myself, because as I mentioned earlier, without your well-being, you really have very little in life. Now, the thing I would recommend you to do at this point in time is to open up your goal mapping account if it's not already open, so that you can follow through with me in the coming visualization that we're about to start, where I'll be guiding you into creating your goal map. If you want to just work on paper, then have a pad of paper and a pen, so that directly after the visualization, you can write down your goals. And you can, if you wish, draw your goal map on paper using the downloadable, printable templates, and get out some coloring pens. But it's creating your map digital in the online system that is by far the most powerful way to do it. And that's what we'll be showing tonight. I'm going to ask you, if you are using the online, let me go back to the live website. You want to click on goal maps and then create a new goal map. So we're going to go there now, create new map. And you're going to see you've got the 7 steps of goal mapping here. And on each step, there is a little tutorial visualization and video that you can watch. You can see it right here. But rather than watching that tonight, let me be your guide in real time, I recommend giving your goal map a name. So you can see here at the top where it says My Goal Map. I'm going to click there. I'm going to call this My Wellbeing Goal Map. And then I'm going to click back here in the dream field so that I'm ready to write my goals. Now, if you have questions, please do keep writing them in the chat. I'm going to look through some of them in just a little while and see which ones I can answer. And for the people that are already certified as goal mapping coaches, I know there are quite a few here that have joined this evening from different countries. Please do help to answer people's questions. It really supports me and Vicky, where we have quite a lot of people joining on this masterclass this evening. It's time now for the visualization. If it's safe for you to do so, if you're not driving your car or listening on a mobile or something, please make yourself comfortable, sit back in your chair. If you wish to have your camera off, then you can, or leave it on. And we're going to go through short visualization process. It's going to take us around about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to be guiding you to write down your goals. Take a seat back now. Relax yourself, please. I'd like you to take a nice, big, deep breath in through your nose. Breathe out slowly through your mouth. And as you breathe out through your mouth, I want you to say the word relax 3 times to yourself and in your own language, please. Now again, a deep breath in through your nose, please. And this time, as you breathe out slowly through your mouth, I want you to say the words within 3 times to yourself and in your own language. And once more now, please. Deep breath in through your nose. This time, as you breathe out slowly through your mouth, saying, I am 3 times to yourself and in your own language. Relax. I am within. I'd like you to imagine a stream of relaxation flowing in through the top of your head, like white light, soothing, calming, relaxing all of the areas that it touches. Imagine now relaxing your scalp, your forehead, your cheeks, your tongue, and your jaw. Give yourself permission to relax those areas completely, becoming more and more gently relaxed now with each easy breath that you take and each sound that you hear. The relaxation moves deeper. Imagine now relaxing your neck, shoulders, arms, and hands, all the way down to the tips of your fingers. Give yourself permission to relax those areas completely, becoming more and more gently relaxed now as the relaxation moves even deeper. Relaxing your chest, relaxing your stomach, into your hips, thighs, calves, ankles, feet, and toes. A gentle wave of relaxation softly flowing through your body. Imagine now walking along a beautiful sandy seashore. Clear blue skies above you, soft rolling waves, and a warm sun shining down upon your skin. As you walk along this beautiful, carefree beach, you find a small blue bottle poking from the sand. As you pick up the bottle, the top comes open, and there appears a large blue shining genie. The genie says, "Your wish is my command. Anything you truly desire, I will grant you." I want you to take yourself forward in time now, knowing you have the power to achieve your goals and to create yourself and your life in the way that you would ideally choose to be. And take a walk through your ideal day that represents you living your ideal life with your ideal level of health and well-being, being your natural weight and body shape. Starting from when you first awake in the morning of your ideal day of health and well-being, are you waking feeling fantastic after having a great night's sleep? That a wonderful feeling of being fully refreshed, where you wake up looking forward to the day ahead because you have loads of energy. Maybe you're even leaping out of bed in anticipation of the day and the new opportunities to come. See it as clearly as you can in your mind, starting that ideal day of health and well-being. And now notice how you begin that ideal day of health and well-being. Are you starting your ideal health and well-being day with early morning exercise? Are you doing some stretching? Are you making time for yoga? Are you engaged in mindfulness to help your mental and emotional well-being? Are you writing a gratitude list? Are you eating a healthy, balanced breakfast? See how the people around you also help to support you in achieving your health and well-being goals. Now move through your ideal health and well-being day. Notice all the different things that contribute to you being the way you want to be within your health and well-being. Maybe you're making choices to walk to work or cycle to work where you can, or maybe for part of your journey. Notice how being conscious of you being your ideal weight and body shape and clothes size is helping you to make healthy choices throughout the day. The snacks that you eat, the lunch that you take, maybe cooking for yourself several times within the week. See how your increased level of energy and well-being helps you to be more productive within your day, more effective within your work, more motivated in all the things that you do. Notice how it helps you to be more effective in engaging with other people because you have more energy. See yourself engaged in fitness or sport that supports you in your well-being. The exercise that you take, the things that you do that help you to be at your best, so that you have more time to engage with friends, family, social events, or maybe helping out in some local community activity or project. See all the different scenes and sights. Connect with all the different feelings. See yourself being your ideal weight and clothes size and the difference that that makes in all the various areas of your life. Connect with that great feeling of self-worth and self-satisfaction in achieving those goals. And from that future place, glance back to this time and see the journey you have traveled, the things you have done. See the different systems and tools that have supported you in achieving your health and well-being goals. And when you are ready, come back to this time, this moment, and bring with you all good ideas, insights, and intentions, knowing it's all possible for you. And when you feel ready to, open your eyes, please. Have a little stretch and a yawn when you're ready to bring yourself back into full waking consciousness. Now, as soon as you're ready to, please write down 5 things that you just thought about that represent you being in a great place of health and well-being. I just write them down to capture the essence. You can work on them afterwards to gradually evolve the statements. At this point, we just want to capture the essence. Maybe there's a goal about your target weight. Maybe there's a goal about your level of energy. Maybe there are goals about your clothes size, or maybe an increase in activity in a sport that you do, that you're able to run a greater distance or swim a greater distance, or that you're going to engage more times per week in a particular activity. Think about all the different key things that were important for you. If you're using the online system, simply write in the goal. So I weigh 88 kg, and I'm going to just change this one a little because I got some typos in it. So let me just correct that. And this is one of the things that I so love about the online system, is that you can edit any of your goal statements. And I'm going to put here my goal. I feel fantastic and free. I'm going to put in at 88 kg. Now, you'll notice if I click Add Dream, it appears here on the right, and I can put in more goals. I feel comfortable in my favorite shirts. One of the things you might notice is that in my statements I'm writing, I'm using capital letters at the word. Let me write the same goal without the capitals. So I feel comfortable in my favorite shirts. I've got shits. Shirts. I'm going to add that. And now look, you can see the two goals, one under the other. The one with the capital letters has more substance. And writing in capitals gives beingness. If you look at ancient affirmations, like I feel fantastic or I am, they're always written using capital letters. They're never carved in stone in lowercase. They're carved in stone using capitals. And when we use capital letters, it's one of those simple combinations in the lock that gives more power. Another thing you might notice is that I'm using a balance of words in that it's not too few, but it's not too many. If you're writing a whole paragraph of text, it's too much information and the subconscious mind misses the point. You want the Goldilocks zone of not too many words, but not too few words. Now I'm going to come off of this new goal map, and instead I'm going to bring up my existing goal map that I showed just now, but I'm going to show it in edit version. And I'm going to bring up here one of the first goals. I'm going to click the edit button so you can see. So I feel fantastic and free. See, capital letters start of the word, not too many words, not too few, and emotion expressed in the statement. Because emotion creates power. Logic has less power. We want this combination of emotion plus capital letters, personal, positive, present tense, so that we create this great level of power within our statements. Now, once you've written your 5 goals, and remember, please, that you can come back to this point in your map at any time. You can open up any of your goal statements and you can edit it to change the words, to make it more powerful. In the second step, you need to restructure the goals, to sequence them. This first step of goal mapping is about dreaming. That's why we did the visualization. You want to have a daydream about your ideal health and well-being in the future. And then you want to capture that dream by writing down the affirmations and the goals, like a wish list. So my dreams are feeling fantastic and free at 88 kg. Not I want to, not I'm going to. I am. It's really important, like you say it is a reality now, because your subconscious mind doesn't understand time. If you say, I want to, it will always be in the future. That will be one of the reasons why you haven't achieved your goals yet, by saying, I want to. All you will achieve is wanting to be your ideal weight and body shape. I am creates the power. I have. Right? So you say it like it's the reality now. You say it in the positive. You put emotion into it. Then in step 2, step 2 is about using logical mind to evaluate what is the main goal. Now, for me, I've decided the main goal is 88 kg. When I'm at 88 kg, it helps all of these other things fall into place. I feel comfortable in my clothes. I'm empowered throughout my day. I sleep better at night. And I've got more energy throughout the day. I'm vibrant throughout the day. Now, you can move any of the goals around. You simply click on the goal and you click where you want it to move to, and it will move there. Okay, so what's the main goal for you? And the way that you evaluate the main goal is with one simple question. Here's the question. Which one of my goals, once achieved, will most help me in the achievement of the other goals? You may want them all, but wanting is emotional. This step is about logic. So which one goal from your list, once achieved, gives you the advantage in achieving the other goals? I want you to put that one goal into the very center of your goal map. And for me, it's this one. I feel fantastic and free at 88 kg. And so I'm going to move that into the center of my map. And then feeling comfortable in my clothes, I think I want that over here on this side. Super vibrant in mind, body, heart, and soul. I want that here. Sleeping well at night, I want that. And so I'm happy now with my layout. I'm going to move the clothes down here to the bottom, I think. And then when you're ready, you can move to the next step, step 3, which is to add the pictures or visualize. And a lot of people really find it difficult to visualize the picture clearly in their mind. This is why goal mapping helps so much. I heard recently a psychological report that as much as 30% of people find it really, really difficult to visualize pictures in their mind. When you're creating a goal map, it is supporting you in visualizing, because whatever pictures you're creating on the outside in the map, you're actually holding as an inner picture in your mind. It's doing the visualization for you, and it's that inner picture that commands your subconscious. Remember, your subconscious is listening to the words you speak, but it's also observing the pictures you form in your mind. And the main way that your subconscious communicates is pictures. This is why when you go to sleep, you dream in pictures. You may sometimes hear words in your sleep, but the main communication in your sleep will be pictures. I've spoken in more than 30 countries around the world, and everywhere I go, I ask people, do you dream in words or pictures? It's always pictures, because pictures are the universal language of the subconscious mind. And remember, your subconscious is your genie autopilot. So if you want your subconscious genie to help you achieve your goals, be your ideal weight and size and all those things, you must make sure that your subconscious has the goal. And that means communicating the goal to your subconscious in the way that it understands, which is pictorial. Now, you click on the image icon and you can open up any of the pictures on your map, and you can use the image library. You can upload your own pictures, which I really recommend that you do. And you can see here, I've got a range of pictures about my health and well-being. Selfies are particularly powerful because when you use a picture of yourself that you like, or a picture of your loved ones, or a great place, that picture is already deeply ingrained in your brain, in your neurology. So seeing that personal picture has instant power. You don't need to think about it. And so uploading personal pictures, and you can use the picture expander here to make the image bigger if that's better for you. And likewise, images that mean something for you. Since a child, Tigger for me has always represented energy, and with the bouncy tail that he has and how he springs around. I've got a picture of my favorite shirts. Sometimes I upload my own drawings. This is a drawing I did 20 years ago of me having lots of energy, mind, body, and spirit. You can see the spiral pattern here coming, and here asleep deeply, feeling refreshed in the morning. There are images that you can use that are already loaded in here to the categories. And you can see we've got lifestyle pictures. And if you scroll through, we've got well-being pictures. And again, you can click on any of the images and it's loading the image directly into your map. And I would recommend that maybe you choose any images that feel good for you right now in the moment for speed, but then come back, take a little time and find those images that you feel are absolutely right for you because you have a sense of meaning to the image. The more meaning the image has, the more powerfully it commands the subconscious mind. Now, the image only needs to mean something to you. It doesn't need to be understood by anybody else. Step 4, why? Now, in this part of the map, this is where the emotional power is really important. Write 3 strong emotional statements. Please write them as affirmation, such as here, as well as putting in the picture for the visualization. And make sure that the statements you write are emotional statements. So I've got, I live my life fully. For me, becoming unwell in 2019, 2018, really helped me understand that if you don't have your health, you have nothing. You can't live your life fully if you don't have good health and well-being. And so my very first reason here, and I've done one of my own little drawings and uploaded it into the online system, is me living my life fully. And then I live long for my family. Got a picture of me and Vicky here, the big love of my life, and want to make sure we've got as many great years together as possible. And for 30 years, I've been passionate about fulfilling what I believe is my life purpose of helping people set goals in a powerful way. So again, I've got here a goal mapping, living my life to the full so that I can fulfill my purpose. You may find that after creating your map, you've got an image that you want to move to the center, where you can click, drag, and drop, and you can resequence, reorder any of the images. Again, it makes a difference, look, whether you've got the picture uploaded normally. So this is a picture I took on my phone of me and Vicky on the beach, I think maybe 2 years ago now. Click on the expander. Look how much more impacting this is on my subconscious mind. Remember, it's the meaning of the image and the meaning of the words that command the subconscious. If your words are weak, the command is weak. If your picture is meaningless, if you choose a picture that doesn't really mean anything to you, it's not going to have a lot of power in commanding your subconscious. Choose your pictures wisely, and then choose, do you want to expand them? Do you want to make them bigger, fit the frame? Does it feel right for you to leave them smaller? Step 5, when? So when to check in on your goal. As somebody asked me a little while ago, if I set the goal, am I guaranteed to achieve it by the date? No, you're not guaranteed anything. But you want to have a target date to aim for so that your subconscious has that target, but also so that you can, with your conscious mind, make an action plan of how you're going to move towards your goal. I've chosen here 1 year. Okay? I updated my goal map just a few days ago, 5th of November, and I've chosen 1 year because I want to maintain. I've already achieved my ideal weight. I can get back into my clothes again. Want to maintain that over the next year. If you click on the diary field, it opens up and you can scroll through by either the month or the year and then choose the date. I can make it 6th of November if I wish, or I can scroll back here, make it a year earlier, but I'm going to keep it the date I've chosen. Bonfire night, so 5th of November. I can change the start date if I want to, because some people want to delay the start of their map until a specific time when they're going to start on their diet or their cleanse or whatever actions they're going to take to help them increase their well-being. Having a timeline allows us then to make a plan. And in step 6, how, we want to identify 3 things that you can do that are going to help you move towards your health and well-being goals. And very often in a health and well-being goal map, these will be repeating things. These will be the things that you're going to do on a daily or weekly or regular, maybe monthly basis. So for me, these things are push-ups or pull-ups. If I'm at home, it's pull-ups. If I'm away from home and I don't have my pull-up bar, then I'm going to do push-ups. Another thing that I'm doing for myself every day, walking or cold water swimming or yoga. Sometimes all 3, but always one or the other. So it will either be a walk or a swim or yoga, or if I have time in the day and the weather works with the swimming, I will do all 3. And then some breathing exercises. I like to write in my journal because it's helping with mental well-being, and meditating once a week for a few moments and engaging in mindfulness. You'll notice with this part of the map, the how part of the map, again, you can resequence them because you want the thing at the bottom of the map that you believe comes first. And for me, the thing that comes first in my morning is really the juicing, looking at my map. And then after that, I'm doing my swimming, sometimes the yoga, the walking, and then the breathing and the journal. And these 2 interchangeable really, but these 3 things happening in a sequence, most often at the start of my day, but there are many days when yoga will come in the evening or the going for the walk will come later in the day. And of course, making healthy eating options. If you wish to, you can click and you can write a detailed to-do list. Maybe it's a diet plan, a food plan that you want to write in. So I cook fresh food 3 times per week. I never, ever cooked for myself until around about 2018. Before that, I was eating in restaurants or takeaways, hotels, or stuff coming in. I rarely ever cooked fresh food for myself. But it's become such an important thing for me. Juicing fresh fruit and vegetables in the morning and cooking fresh food. And I'm cooking fresh food with Vicky probably now 7 days a week. It's very rare that we're having takeaways or eating out, but we do travel a lot. And when we're traveling, we're obviously eating out. But you can make a very detailed to-do list of the things that are going to support you in taking the actions you're going to take. And if it's important for you to do so, you can put a very specific date on those actions. So I can say, okay, here by the 15th of November, I'm going to follow through with these things. And it will flag me in red if I'm overdue with my date and I've not ticked off the action by the time that I said that I intended to do it. And you can add in as many actions as you wish in your to-do list. Final step with the goal mapping, step 7, who? Whose help do you need or desire to help you achieve your goals. Now, sometimes the who is going to be you. And when the who is you, like in this bottom how here, the who is me, go beyond saying the name of you or just me, and instead express the way you need to be as a person. So for me, it's about staying conscious and remembering to follow through with these things I've identified. And sometimes it will be a family member that's going to support you in making healthy choices, or maybe you're going to engage in your weight goals together, or like me and Vicky, we're often doing a cleanse once, twice a year, where we will detox and reset for the year. And so getting the support of somebody else, and you can have being committed or whatever way you need to be, but also with the name of the person. And you're not limited to one name. You can have the names of lots of people in your map, or maybe it's a system that you're going to follow. And I know we have many people following the Slim Pod system. I've worked with Slim Pod and Sandra for many, many years now, since she started out with the program, because goal mapping and Slim Pod are so symbiotic in the way that they work to influence the subconscious mind. Here in the goal mapping, of course, specifically focused on how you set your goals to influence your subconscious. And so if I move here to the completed map, you can see I've got my start date, 5th of November. I've got my target date. I've got how, who, got what it is that I want to achieve. Top of the map, I've got why. Creating your goal map forms those brain cell connections that commands your subconscious. Creating the map forms the connections. But remember also, the connections break apart if you lose connection with your goal. And that's why it's so important to follow the goal mapping ritual of also printing your map out, having it somewhere where you can see it. I've got more than one goal map. And I'll explain this in a little while, because there are more important areas of your life, and all the important areas of your life really deserve to have a goal map to help you be at your best. But it's health and well-being that's absolutely crucial. Because as I said earlier, if you don't have your health and well-being, then really you've got so very little. So let's go back into the map one more time. Once you have your map, choose how you want to see it. You can have the traditional side by side of words and pictures, or you can see just the pictures if you wish, or you can see just the words. Most people, including me these days, opt for the combined version where you overlay the words and pictures together, because this is also helping to create whole brain activation. And once you have your map, if you click here where it says download and print, takes just a little moment, but it collates all of the information together to form an image of your map that you can then save to your computer. You can print it and have it as a screensaver. You can share it, and you can do many different things with it. Let me go back into the presentation. Once you have your goal map printed, find a way to live it every day. And put it somewhere where you are going to see it. Sign it, because your signature psychologically is a promise. Make the promise to yourself to follow through with your goals. And my goal map, I'm going to take it out of my sheet here, and my goal map has my signature on it here at the bottom of the map. All important documents around the world will ask for your signature, even for people that can't read and write. They say, make your mark. Because doing that, signing your name, making your mark, psychologically is you saying, okay, I agree. I promise. I will follow through with this. So print your map, sign your map, put it up somewhere where you're going to see it. As some people will put their goal map on their bedroom wall. I have one of my goal maps on my bedroom wall. Some people will put it next to the bathroom mirror so that when they're brushing their teeth in the morning, they're looking at their map. For the amount of time you brush your teeth, if you will look at your map and think about your goals, what you're actually doing is you're reinforcing that brain cell connection. You're going to clean your teeth in the morning. Look at your map at the same time. Is it not as important as keeping your teeth clean to keep yourself in the best state of well-being you can be? It takes only a few moments of looking at your map to reinforce those brain cell connections and repower the command to your subconscious. Speak the words as you look at the pictures. As you look at the pictures, you're engaging right brain visualization. At the same time, you want to engage left brain by speaking the affirmation. Sign it, see it, say it, share it. Share your goal map, make it public. If you're in a group like Slim Pod, please go share your goal map with other Slim Pod people. Let them see your goals. Let them be inspired. We have such a lot of great Slim Pod people achieving their goals by using goal mapping. The more you share your map, the more it inspires and encourages other people, but also helps you to be accountable and follow through. And then the great thing with digital goal mapping is you can update your goal map. So making progress with your goal, update it. Change the goals that you have, change the target, amend the target. Maybe you notice there's some new daily actions for you that you want to include in your map. Maybe you want to extend out your to-do list. And maybe you notice, there's a different feeling I want to express in that. Sign it, see it, say it, share it. And it gives you the power to follow through. And help other people. And I started teaching goal mapping to my children when they were just very small, like 5 and 6 years old. And they've used it over many years. This goal map from my oldest daughter, which is her being the best big sister she can be when she was 10. And this goal map is a corporate goal map from Microsoft in the UK, from the sales team about being the best that they can be. Whatever goal that you're setting, and you can set goals for any and every area of your life, when you're creating the goal map, what you're doing is you're forming those brain cell connections that help you to activate both sides of your brain, both the right brain and the left brain. And if you would join with us here in these monthly master classes, we will help you map out all of the important areas of your life. Each month we focus on a new area. So next month we're going to focus on financial freedom, helping people create a goal map for increasing their economy. Create the map, work with the map for 30 days by looking at the map and saying the words. That forms the brain cell connections that then help you to move on and create the new map. And gradually you create an enhanced neuro net of brain cell connections. Each month, we're running a combination of masterclasses like tonight, and we're running group coaching for people that are interested in becoming certified in goal mapping. We have a deep dive daytime workshop where we go into the principles that support goal mapping, and we also have an inspiring Life Lifter showcase where different coaches are sharing how they work with goal mapping in well-being, in sports, in business, in education, in all the different life areas, sharing stories of how they've helped people around the world lift their lives to a higher level using this incredibly simple yet amazingly powerful system for success. If you'd like to join any of our events, simply go to the events tab, click and register, and you'll be into the event. You can use the system at the free level, and if you would like to upgrade, it's so easy. Click on the upgrade button. There's a monthly option of just £9.99 per month. And not only is it easy to upgrade, it's also easy to downgrade if you want to. You can upgrade for a month, access all of the premium materials, and then downgrade again if you wish to. Tony Robbins is recognized as the world's top life coach, and he's been the top life coach in the world for so many years now. Tony Robbins has his own goal-setting system, and yet for now 15 years he has been flying me around the world to teach goal mapping to his top customers. That's the power of goal mapping, that even the world's top coaches like Tony Robbins is given an endorsement saying how powerful goal mapping is for sustainable success. Goal mapping works, and it works amazingly well if you work it. At the premium level, you can download all of the resources from the Family Center, or you can access multiple goal maps. At the free level, you can have one goal map. At the premium level, you can have as many as 100, including life maps and action maps. So a life map is focused on helping you to be your best, and an action map is focused on helping you to change habit patterns. Both of these things incredibly important when you are aiming to achieve well-being goals, because it's not just the physical, it's also the mental and the emotional. And so all three maps coming together, you can create a detailed to-do list and action plan, such as mine and Vicky's here, and you have access to the Gold Lounge. In the Gold Lounge at the premium level, we have 7 coaching rooms, each room focused on a different area of success: relationships, finding and following purpose, authentic happiness, living your best life, financial freedom, feeling fantastic, raising your self-esteem. And tonight's focus, Vibrant Wellbeing. I go into the Vibrant Wellbeing room, and me and Vicky have been updating it recently with the latest information, and you'll find there informative video, inspiring interviews, and of course the empowerment tools to help you create your highest level of well-being. It will be me guiding you through how you create your goal maps. And please use the interactive dynamic journal that synchronizes with the well-being room and will guide you through creating your map. You can rewatch there the recording of the visualization. If you're upgrading to the premium level, you also receive a ticket to our monthly deep dive workshop, 4 hours long, interactive, not like tonight where it's really masterclass and me presenting the information. In the deep dive workshops, we have it on meeting mode. There's exercises and breakout rooms to help people learn these 7 principles of success and apply them to your life on a daily basis. Our next deep dive workshop, principle number 4, at the premium level, you can access all the recordings of the previous workshops, download them, have them to watch at your leisure, but you also have a ticket to the coming workshops. Next workshop, Monday the 20th November, starting at 10 a.m. in the morning. It will be recorded if you're not able to attend live. We're going to focus on the principle of finding and following your life purpose. For me, it's one of the most important principles to learn in life is discovering your purpose, because once you find your purpose in life, you find your power. It helps you to move mountains. It helps you to overcome great obstacles that may lie in your path and to be the person that you need to be to achieve your greatest goals. Special bonus tonight, and only for tonight, that if you are upgrading to the premium level tonight, you will also receive a ticket to our global gathering. This is our yearly workshop where we have people joining from around the world, again, completely interactive. It runs for the whole day from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. We're going to run on the 30th of December to help everybody set their New Year's goals in the most powerful way. And we'll not only be focusing on health and well-being goals, we'll be focusing on all the other important areas of life, including taking a life balance check so that you know where to focus to set your most powerful goals. Again, we'll be recording it, and the recording will be available for everyone afterwards. If you're upgrading to the gold level tonight, just $9.99 for the month, and you'll also be receiving a ticket to attend the global gathering 30th of December, so that you can harness your power of positive thinking. We're going to go through a deep dive in the content. We're going to look at the fundamental principles of achievement. We've got a whole series of empowering questions we take people through to help them find their purpose so that you can make 2024 your best year yet. Last points now. For those people that are really serious about achieving their greatest goals over the next year, then choose the upgrade yearly option. Not only will you receive a discount on the monthly price of nearly £30 by going gold for the year, but we will also give you a free coaching session with one of our premium life coaches. This special bonus available only tonight. Go gold for the year at £90. You're going to receive all of the gold benefits plus a ticket to the global gathering, plus a coaching session at a time of your choosing with one of our premium coaches. You can click on the coaches tab within the navigation bar in goal mapping, and you will see that there are several hundred coaches to choose from. So you can choose a coach that you feel a connection with, either because they come from your part of the world. You can choose a coach that speaks the same language as you, if your first language is not English, or choosing a coach that has a speciality focus and that you feel connected to. If anyone has any questions they would like to ask, please do feel free to unmute your microphone now, and I'll be happy to answer anybody's questions in real time. I'm going to go on to gallery view just so I can see everybody's screens. We'll take a quick look at the chat. But if you'd like to unmute anyone that wishes to ask anything, be very happy to answer. How to make the image fit the frame. It's the little diagonal arrow. Let me see if I can bring it up on my other computer. Just show it in real time. So when you go to your goal map and you're on your image, if I scroll down, need to go into visualize for a moment. Scroll down and you can see the expand image. Make sure my screen's pinned for a moment so that it's easier to see. It's this expanded image here. So the little diagonal arrow that makes the image bigger. You can do this with any of the images. Sometimes you need to come out of your map and go back in before the arrow's showing, but it will be there for everyone. Again, just going to go back onto gallery mode to see if there are other people who want to ask questions. Please do feel free to unmute your microphone and to ask in real time. Just looking through some of the messages. Okay. Thank you all so much for joining. We've gone a little over time. We always look to present within 2 hours or less. So thank you for sharing tonight. Thank you for being present. And Vicky will have posted in the chat answers to questions, but also links to the important information. And I hope we will see you again in one of the coming presentations, either next week in the Deep Dive Golden Opportunity Workshop, or in the group coaching coming up, or indeed in our Life Lifters Showcase for those people that are interested in becoming certified as a coach themselves. I wish you all lots of love. Thank you for joining. All the best for now. Good night. Stay well.